Hi friends, this is Sri Ramulu. So today's topic is binding energy. And here one thing I am going to request you. So most of the students are people do not watching this video till the end. Just they are watching beginning and they are leaving. So please don't do like this. So if you understand completely, you must go through it, go through this video till the end. Okay, friends. And today's topic is binding energy. See, it has been observed that mass of the nucleus is always different from the sum of the masses of its constituents masses. So I have explained about this constituent mass in properties of nucleus. So please watch the properties of nucleus, there you may understand. See here, the absorbed mass is how much we get. The same mass we cannot get by using its constituents. Its constituent means by using protons and neutrons, how much mass we get, we cannot get experimental mass. So there is some difference will be there. So difference between these two masses we call mass defect. See here definition: the difference in measured mass and a mass number A is called mass defect, and mass defect is denoted by delta m, that is m minus A. When two nucleons bond together to form a nucleus, certain mass disappear. Alright, suppose there are two nucleons, one is a proton and one is a neutrons. So they are if we bring them nearer to each other, then they form a nucleus. While they are forming a nucleus, they may here certain mass, what happens, the small amount of mass will disappear, right? Next, this mass delta m is converted into amount of energy. So disappeared mass is converted into energy. So here the formula, how does it they convert? This energy is called binding energy of the nucleus. See this energy. So the converted mass is the mass, small amount of mass will be converted into energy. This energy we call binding energy of the nucleus. Binding energy determines that stability of the nucleus against disintegration. Disintegration means decreasing the size of the nucleus or atom, that is a disintegration. And here binding energy can determine the stability. So how much it has a capacity, that is stability. When the binding energy of a nucleus is large, it is more stable, right? Binding energy is less stable. Binding energy is more stable. If m is the mass of the nucleus having the z protons and n neutrons, then binding energy is zmp plus nmn minus m into c square, right? It is binding energy formula, where mp mn are the mass of the protons and neutrons respectively. Here binding energy if binding energy is less than 0, nucleus is unstable. So value is less than 0, then nucleus is unstable nucleus. Unstable nucleus can be disintegrated. Here one example problem is there. Let us calculate the binding energy of the lithium atom. Binding energy of the lithium. This atom has a value 7 and a z value 3. Okay, a value 7, z value 3. So how can we calculate n value? See, a value 7, z value 3 means n value can be calculated like this. Actually a is equals to what? A is equals to z plus n. From this keep n this side and bring z this side. A minus z is equals to n. So here a value is how much given? 7 minus z value 3. Okay, then n value is how much? 4 neutrons per cell. Mass of the lithium nucleus is this much. Okay, it is already given in the example only. Now mass of 3 protons, 3 into, so that we have to write 3 protons, z mp we have to write. Mass of the proton, each proton is 1.007277, right? It is. How many protons are there? 3 protons. So then we get this much up. In terms of AMU only we have to calculate. The mass of the 3 neutrons, each neutron value is this much. Sorry, mass of the 4 neutrons here, not 3 neutrons. Mass of the 4 neutrons. Okay, so 4 into this much. So we get this value. Total initial mass of the 3 protons and 4 neutrons. See, 3 protons and 4 neutrons, this much. Then total value is this much. Okay, but actual mass is this one. By its constituents, we got this one. Takes up difference them. Okay. As the mass of the lithium nucleus is less than the total initial mass of the 3 protons and 4 neutrons, hence decrease in mass is given by, see, difference in these two is denoted by delta M. So that is how much? 0.0486 AME we got. So if you have to convert this mass into energy, simply multiply 931. Then it is converted into what? It is converted into energy. So 1 AMU is given here. 1 AMU is what? 931 million electron volts, right? So simply if you have to convert the mass into energy, simply multiply here 931, that is converted into is. So binding energy of the lithium is how much? 37.7 million electron volts. Okay, that means in the place of AMU, 1 AMU, what is substituted? 931 is substituted. So here it is a nucleus, lithium nucleus energy is this much. But lithium nucleus has how many nucleons? 7 nucleons. So what is the energy of each nucleus? What is the energy of each nucleus? So simply divide this value with the 7, then you get it is energy of each nucleus. Each nucleus has energy 5.4 million electron volts. Now binding energy per nucleon. Okay, binding energy per nucleon means binding energy of protons or neutrons, how much? See here, the binding energy per nucleons as a function of mass number is shown in the figure. See here, mass number is taken on x-axis and a binding energy per nucleon is taken on y-axis. So binding energy must be in terms of million electron volts only. See here, if you observe clearly, so let me study what is this. It is observed from the graph that binding energy per nucleon except helium, carbon, oxygen rises first sharply and reaches a maximum value 8.8 million electron volts in the neighborhood of a value how much? 50. Okay, it is a mass number. The curve falls very slowly after age equals to 50 and reaches 8.4 million electron volts at a 140 mass number. For higher mass, energy decreases about the 7.6 million electron volts, and the nuclei near age equals to 50 are more stable. Just now I said you binding energy is more, then that nucleus is more stable. Binding energy is less, nucleus is less stable. See here, at what value? For helium, carbon and oxygen, except helium, carbon, oxygen, the graph is sharply increasing. Okay, but spikes we are getting spikes for the what? We call them spikes for helium, carbon and oxygen. Why? Because in between the helium and a carbon, what happens? Many 4 elements present, their value decreases first and later increases. And next, in between the carbon and oxygen, again 2 elements present, their value decreases and later increases. Okay, for them only decrease increase present, and for the other things it slowly increases. And here it reaches the maximum value. Here maximum value at what value? Maximum at a 50. A value 50, we get maximum value. And then now after 50 at around of 140, how much value we get? We get 8.4. Here how much we got? 8.8 million electron volts, and at 140 8.4, and beyond 140, so the value less than this, and that is this value reaches to 7.6 million electron volts. 7.6 million electron volts. Okay friends, this is the video. Don't forget subscribing.